and welcome back. So today's tutorial will be kind of functional tutorial, and in today's tutorial we'll be looking on the user administrator functional part. So in today's tutorial we'll be covering the topic like how we can create a user, how we can create a custom role, how we can create a group, how we can assign a role to a user, how we can assign a role to a group, how we can add a user to a group, how we can remove a user roles, and how we can remove user role from group itself. Okay, so we'll go on this topic step by step. Okay, so this is kind of basic videos, okay, for people who are starting with ServiceNow. Okay, so this is my ServiceNow instance. Okay, and today's topic, as we are working with this user administration part, right? So let's start. So the first thing I will show you where exactly the user administration part belongs. So this is a filter navigator. If we type in filter navigator called user administration, so you will get this application, and under this application there are multiple modules. We have roles attributes 1, user, group, roles, and quite a lot of modules, right? So we'll not go in depth. Okay, in all the modules we will basically focus on user, groups, and roles. Okay, so let's start with the creation of user part. Okay, so how to create a user? So you have to go to the user tab. Okay, or you can call it as user module. I just open it out. Okay, and here you can see the list of all the users. Okay, with respect to the user table, you will have a couple of fields, okay, which you can see by clicking on the gear icon, and here you can see all the fields which are there with respect to the user. Okay, so now what you can do, if you want to create a new user, right, you can simply click on new and it will open a form for the user. Okay, so this is a form. Okay, so you can see there are a couple of fields. On the back end there are a few more fields. If you want, you can add it on the form, but I think this fields will be sufficient enough for the tutorial. Okay, so this is a user ID. So user ID you can define as, I will define it as Technomonk. Okay, then we can have field first name, last name. So I can give Ahmed Gujarati. Okay, sorry. Okay, now you can give title of that particular user, which department that particular user belongs to, password. You can give, so I will give it password as 12345. Okay, and we have a checkbox like password needs reset. So if you check this checkbox, okay, if you hover on it, so it gives user will prompted to change password at next login. So whenever the user tries to log in, if this particular checkbox is checked, and when a user tries to log into the system, then he will give the prompt to change the password, and then he have to reset the password. Okay, so if you want to do it for a new user, so you can do it. Okay, then we have logged out. So what logged out means, so for example, if the logged out is checked, then that particular user will be active in the system, but he don't have the permission to log into the system. Okay, so if I want to explain it in terms of scenario, so for example, we have seen with multiple applications, right, if you enter a wrong password, okay, as a part of authentication bridge, what it does, it just logged out your profile. Okay, so it will not make you inactive. What it will do, it will simply log you out. Okay, so this is what it does. So if you try to log in with a wrong password, you can try it on your own. Okay, just try with some dummy password, okay, which is not matching to this particular profile, and you will get locked out. Perfect. Then we have web service access only. So this particular checkbox is like, for example, if you are creating a user and you want to use that particular user profile only for web service, like for basic authentication, right, or for internal integration user, we use this checkbox. Okay, so it will not be acting as a user, it will be acting as a tech user ID. Okay, then we have email, we have language, which language, okay, he wants to support calendar integration, then time zone, date format, all these things. Okay, so you can add photo also. So I will just add this much of information. I will give my email ID. If you want to mail me out, you can mail me on this particular email ID. Okay, so this is all, and then you can simply either submit Okay, so what submit will do, it will close this particular, it will save the record, close this form and redirect you to the list view. And if you want to stay on the form, okay, as I want right now to explain you further more things, so you can simply right click and do save. Okay, so we have, yeah, with the Cubic version we have some more validation that password should be 8 characters and all, right? So let's create it once again. So I will give quickly Technomonk. I will give what, Amit, not Meth, Amit. What's happening? Amit Gujarati title and all the thing I already explained. I will give you tech. Now monk 123, okay, at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so this just recently came. They have added some validation on password. Okay, so I will try to make password pretty large. Okay, and I will save it out. Okay, now if we save, as you can see, primary email device created for Amit Gujarati. Okay, and the account got created. And here we have few related links like view linked accounts, view subscription, it's for notification, and you can also reset a password. And here you can see entitled custom table. There are no rows, there are no groups, there are no delegates for you. Delegates, if you want to hand over your stuff to someone else, right? So if you want someone who can work on behalf of you, that's called delegate in ServiceNow. And definitely we have subscription. So let's try it out. Okay, so what I will do, I will just open an incognito window. Okay, I will just copy this URL and we'll try to log in with this particular user. Okay, so let's do it. Sometimes this ServiceNow is pretty slow. So till the time it's getting login, let's create a role. Okay, so what we will do, the next step will be like we will create roles. Okay, so first of all I will show you how we can assign a role. Okay, or let's first create a role and then we'll try to assign that role. So for example, in user administration only, administration, I can mark it as a favorite also because we will be doing this stuff on the same. And we have a module called roles, right? So I will open this module out, and in this particular module you can see all the roles created in the ServiceNow. So there are around 349 roles. What exactly roles means in ServiceNow? So role is means what kind of authorization you hold on ServiceNow platform. For example, you can see action designer. So what this action designer role does is like action designer role enable user to launch action designer. In the similar way, we have a lot of roles. Okay. So these are out of the box role. If you can use it, that's fine. Now we are looking for creation of the custom role. Okay. So I click on new. Okay. And I will give a name to it like Technomonk underscore demo underscore role. Okay, now here we have an application. In which particular application you are creating this role. Okay, this requires subscription, not whether it requires subscription or not. I will keep it unspecified. Elevated privileges. So what this particular elevated privileges means. Okay, so the role is an elevated privilege. So what exactly means that it's kind of special. If you check this checkbox, then it means that it's kind of special role, and it will be if it's assigned to a user, okay, it will be there only for 30 minutes. Okay, after 30 minutes it will come, this particular role, this particular flag will get vanished, and again you have to enable it out. So we'll not enable it for now. Okay, and I will give this is the funny role. Okay, and we will save it out. So this is how we created a new role. Okay, now let's give certain authority. So first of all, let's log into this particular user, TechnoMonk. Okay, and I will give password. Okay, and now it's getting login. Okay, so as we have not given any roles, so this poor guy will be see only this much of modules. Okay, only few modules he can see in service now. Okay, now let's give him some role. Okay, or let's do one thing. Let's give it a role. So for giving a role, right, what you have to do, on the user profile you have a related list called roles, right? You can go to roles and you have an option called edit, right? So if you go to the edit, you will see a slush bucket. This is called a slush bucket, and you will get all the rows over here, and you can move those rows to the right side to assign it to the user. So currently there are no rows, so we'll give them the role called ITL. Okay, so I will give him a role called ITL. I will save. Okay, and now under ITL, see, now you can see, you may be getting this query, right? We assign only one role, right? But why is getting so many roles, right? Because ITL role itself has some roles under it. Okay, you don't trust me? I will show you. So these are all the roles got granted as a part of ITL role. So I will open this ITL role only from here. It's under roles tab. I will open this ITL role, and if you see this role carefully, right? Okay, so this ITL role, okay, the way we created the custom role, and here you can see role contains roles, right? So there are 15 roles which are lying under ITL role, or we can say all these 15 rows combinedly creates an ITL role. Okay, this is also clear to you, right? Now we have assigned the ITL role to the user. Let's see, we have all these rows, and we'll go back to the user and see if it's caused some difference. So just right now he is able to see only this much of modules. Okay, let's refresh it out, and probably he will be seeing some more modules now. Okay, so I've refreshed, and now you can see the count of modules got increased. Okay, as we have given him the ITL role, right? Few modules got increased. So this is how you can give a role to the user. Okay, now moving on to group. Now we have group as empty. Now how we can create a group? The similar approach. You can go to user administration and you have a module called groups. So let's create a group now. So what exactly group means? Group is like group, right? It's a collection of users, okay, which are sharing the same responsibility. Okay, we put all of them into a group. Okay, so like for example, if you are creating an incident, that particular incident is getting assigned to a assignment group. Okay, so instead of assigning it to individual people, if we assign it to a group, so that whoever is available at that time, he can pick up that incident and work on the same. Okay, so out of the box there are 43 groups, okay, created in ServiceNow. Let's create a new custom group first. So I will give it a group name as TechnoMonk group. Okay, we have to give the manager also. So whom should we assign to? My favorite able tutor will make it as manager. Okay, group email ID if you want to give abc@gmail.com. okay, and that's it. And this is TechnoMonk group. Okay, you can give this some description to give some more highlights on this particular group. So if I save it out the similar way I'm saving, right? So it created a group, and under group we have a related list called roles, group members, groups, my subscription. So a group, as we have seen into the groups, a group can also have child groups. Okay, so you can add a new group from here. Okay, you can add members also from here. You can add rows to this group also. Okay, so what we'll do, so we'll not give the rows from here. Let's give it. So currently, if we see, if I go to the role table, right now, previously, right now there is no user, okay, with this assigned role, right? So what we'll do, we'll go to this Amit profile, okay, and we will assign this particular user to that group and see what happens. So I will go to edit, or let's do one thing. Let's provide a role to this particular group. So the role which we have created, so how it's interlinked you will understand. Okay, so what I will do, we have created a group. Now under role I will give that role which we have created. So it's techno monk. So I have added this group role. Sorry for that. So we have assigned this particular role to this group. Okay. Now let's see if I am assigning this group to a user. Okay. Whether he gets that particular role also or not. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll go back to the user profile, and instead of assigning that particular role to this user, right, we'll assign that group. So we'll go to new and we will assign that particular group. Technomon group. Now if you have observed, previously when we gave the ITR role, there was no role, inherited role called what we can say Technomonk, whatever it was, right? Demo role. Now I've given that role to the group, and now I've assigned that group to the user. So indirectly I'm inheriting that role also to this particular user. So with that group, the roles which are assigned to that particular group should be granted to the user who are part of this group. Okay, let's verify. So now I've added a group, Technomonk group. If we go to the group and if we refresh it out, now I should see one member. Now underneath it, yeah, I can see the member called Amit Gujarati. Now let's go to Amit Gujarati. We have role, and now in the role, right, if I refresh, okay, it should have that role called Technomonk. See? So I didn't give this role to that particular user, but I have assigned this user to a group which was holding this particular role. So it got added to this particular user also. So this is how you can create a group and assign a role to the group, okay, and then assign that particular user to that group. So why we need a group concept, right? Why can't we add a user? Why can't we give role directly to the user? So the explanation for this is like, suppose just imagine a condition, okay, that you have 100 people, okay, and you have created a role to access certain thing out, and you want to give certain role to those 100 people. So is it possible for you to go on each and every user record and provide this role individually? I think not. Okay, so in that terms, what we do, we club all those particular users, okay, into a group, and then we give that particular role to the group itself, so that it will automatically be granted to all the users. Hope it's clear to you. Okay, what's the importance of group, users, and roles? Okay, so Now the next point is, like, we have seen user, group, roles. Now we will see how we can remove a role from a user profile, and how we can remove a role from a group profile. Okay, so let's do that. So first of all, what I will do, I will go to the roles. Okay, if I want to remove certain role from a user profile, so what I can do, I can go to the roles, and what I will do, I will simply, so you can see there is no Technomonk role over there. Still you can see that role. I will show you again. So I will remove ideal role also, so there will be no role with this particular user, right? But still it will, so all the roles got removed, right? But if you see carefully, the Technomonk is still there. Why it's still there? Because we have a group, and this particular group is holding that particular role. Now let's remove this particular role from that group also. Okay, so we'll again go to edit. No, not on group member, sorry. I don't want to remove the user. I want to remove role, right? So what we'll do, we'll edit the deleted list under group, and I will remove this particular role. Now, as when we added a user to the group, the role got assigned to the user. If we are removing role from the group, ideally it should remove the particular role from the user profile as well. We will check that. So I will simply remove this role out. I will save. Okay, and now let's see. Now let's jump to the user profile. And if I refresh now, we should not have any role. We should have group, but we should not have any role. So I will scroll down, and now you can see we have a group called Technomonk, but there are no roles. Why there are no roles? Because there is no role assigned to that particular group. Hope this is clear. So this is all for today's tutorial. Hope you like this tutorial. Okay, I will try to create some functional tutorials also, because a lot of freshers have reached out to me and they told they want to learn it from the start, and as I was creating tutorials more on a technical side, so and without functional knowledge, they were getting it quite tough to understand. Okay, so hope you like this video. Okay, please like, follow, subscribe my channel. Okay, if you want to see this similar kind of videos in the future also, and stay safe, stay happy, and have a nice day. Thank you.